I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything. But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it? It's wrong. It is wrong.
So we're all now mourning the unaliving of Angie Stone. It's been like 2 weeks now. We know that her 2021 Sprinter van was overturned while she was traveling on the highway in Alabama back to Atlanta. We've seen her videos where she talked about the record label and Universal Music Group owing her millions, saying that she should not have to still tour and work at 63 years old. But she was still on the road, still touring, not because she wanted to, but because she had to, right? She's worked with so many people like Macy Gray, Prince, D'Angelo. So many people have sampled her music. This woman wrote for so many people. We remember she burst on the scenes with Finesse and Sequence back in 1979. So she's been in the industry for a long time, right? She has a lot of credits to her name, but she didn't have the money that with all the credits that she had. And she went online some time ago talking about her coming after the labels to come after her money. All of a sudden, she mysteriously is dead. Right? But y'all remember when she came online and she said this?
You only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me. I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. One way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. So what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? But everybody that works hard for all 50 years should be able to retire in peace, should be able to sit back without looking for your money. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe.
She spoke about how she was coming after the record labels to get her money. But then there was a W woman who said that she was a witness to what happened. And she went online and she said some stuff, right? Y'all remember this part?
Here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to Charleston, South Carolina for her sweet 16 birthday getaway. We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some, and that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane. And it looked like it just happened. I pulled over, I put my flashers on, and I told my daughter to stay in the car, and I ran over. It was a van, and I ran over, and there were so many people in this van, and they were just trying to get out. And I asked if they'd called the cops, and they said, we're just trying to get out. And they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand, and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand, and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you got to sit down. And then the next thing I know, I flew, and I fell down to the ground, and it felt like something not ran over me, but brushed over me. Like something just swiped over my body. And I got up, and I could hear screaming, and I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter. And all I could do was run across the highway and tell her to car, because if somebody else hit us, it could hit her. So she moved the car farther up the interstate, and I called 911, and they said they were on their way. And then all I could think to do was get to my daughter, and that's all I could do at that time. And when I was walking to my daughter, we're really running, the best that I can do. I was in so much pain. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. My legs were so hurt and sore, and I looked up, and there was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic, and I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me. It was the 18-wheeler. And my daughter's freaking out. She had already called my husband by then and my father-in-law. And I just told her, we've got to get to the hospital. I can't breathe. It was so hard to breathe. I'm going to post a video of the 18-wheeler after I left the hospital, driving back through to get to my husband and my son. I will not be posting the vehicle in the video because somebody did pass away. They did. And I won't be posting that for the sake of their family. I'm sore and bruised all on the right side of my body. I'm very stiff everywhere.
So then we heard that Tyler Perry paid for her funeral, right? Paid for the funeral expenses and all these different things. And Tyler Perry spoke at the memorial, at the funeral, and he says some things that a lot of people have said in the past, but nothing has come to fruition. You know, one thing about our community, we do a great job in calling out the enemy. But when it's time to stand up in front of the enemy and fight back, we do a poor job. We say things that make us feel good, right? It sounds good. We got some of the greatest orators that mankind has ever produced. They in the black community. We got amazing orators. But when it comes down time to execute the things that we're talking about, a lot of people tiptoe through the tulips. They start hiding in the bushes because they don't want to go against this machine. They don't want to go against this system. So let's visit and let's listen to what Tyler Perry had to say. We'll come right back.
Experiences with her would be me going to a show or her talking to her. I remember one time she was doing a show at the Civic Center, and I went to see the show, and she was telling me some things that were going on. And she's like, "Would you come on stage when I sing Brother?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I'm there, and she's singing the song, just singing her heart out and her soul. Got a text from video from Taraji P. Henson. She was saying, "Let me tell you a story about Angie." Then I started hearing all these stories about her. Taraji said she had just done Baby Boy, wasn't really super famous, and she heard that Angie was at a club, and she went to see her at the club, and Angie didn't perform, but she came out, and she was like, "Whoa, I'm so sorry, I came to see you," and she's like, "That promoter ain't have my money, so we." Yeah. I want to go down the street of those promoters and record labels and people not paying folks. But anyway, Taraji said she took her in the corner and she sung a song for her in that club. That's the heart of a person. That's the soul of a person who cared about her fans, who cared about getting paid. You know, I was being interviewed by this woman once, and she was telling me, she said, "Tyler, I just want to tell you, I can always tell when they're going to go left because the interview starts, all these questions, and then it's like, you know, the black women in your movies, do you portray them? It's such negativity, and they're always going through something, and they're always," and just a black woman. I asked her, I said, "You ever been through something?" She's like, "My life is great. I have a great husband, my kids are great, everything's wonderful." I said, "God bless you that you can live a perfect life. That's wonderful." Then I turned to her and I asked her, I said, "How old are you?" She said, 25. I said, "Baby, keep living." But I look at these young folks who are living these lives and they think that it's supposed to be the way that it is on Instagram. And they're forgetting about the people who have paved the way for them to be in that situation. They're forgetting about the women like Angie Stone, who's been in the business all of these years. You're gonna forget about what she did, all of the people that she put on and helped. So you gotta go through something to write a song like $20. Because in it she says, "What you know about being poor." She don't say poor, she says poor. "What you know about having to borrow from the neighbor next door." These are her words. "What you know about bumming rides. What you know about having to swallow your pride." And this is the part of the song that got to me when she said, "What do you do when you're through? When you're always helping people and nobody is there for you?" Y'all got to forgive me because I'm angry at the way she was treated. I did not know all the things that she was going through. Recently, I found out because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything. But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it? It's wrong. It is wrong. And I'm tired of seeing us struggle and go through things and work hard and not reap the benefits of what we were supposed to reap. But you got to be careful when you start mistreating people, especially children of God, because the Bible says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. And I'm going to tell you something. This woman was a prophet. She prophesied and preached her own eulogy. What am I talking about? In her song, No More Rain in This Cloud, she says, my sunshine has come. And I'm all cried out. There's no more rain in this cloud. And many of you may not know this, but I'm a pilot. And when you are a pilot, the first thing you study is the weather. And I learned about clouds. And what a cloud is particles, air and particles. And when the rain gets in that cloud and the particles get too heavy, it becomes to rain. It drops to the ground. It falls. It is just like our souls. We hold so much in. We hold so much pain. We hold so much that it has to come out of our eyes as tears. But the beauty of what she was talking about is when a cloud has no more tears, it dissipates. It's gone. But if you listen to that song again, there's a part that I want you to really, really listen to. She said, what goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. The things you do come back to you. And then she said, y'all believe that? She was preaching, y'all. I can take you to the word where in Galatians it says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. That a man soweth, he shall also reap. This woman sold good things to people. She sold kindness to people. She sold joy to people. She sold love and her voice to people. So if you are like her and like me, who get tired of helping people and watch them dog you out, if you are like her and like me, I'm going to tell you this. Don't stop doing good. Don't stop being kind. Be not weary in your well-doing, for in due season you will reap a harvest of blessings. God bless you, family. God bless you, Angie. My heart, my soul is with you. I'm so glad that there's no more rain in your cloud.
I'm going to say this. A lot of people talk this talk, right? About we're going to go after the machine. And I'm going to be 100% with you. I like what Tyler Perry said, and it sounds good. But Tyler Perry is not going against the machine. He said all that to make y'all feel good. Tyler Perry is not going after these people that put him in the position that he has. He's not going to go after them. Oprah Winfrey's not going to go after them. Tyler Perry is not going to go after them. No powerful black person that you know is going after the machine in the system. Because they're not willing to lose it all so that way we can have everything. They're not willing to do that. It sounds good, right? Those people in positions, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Perry by the end of the summer, have all kinds of allegations coming out against him for even making the comments that he made, for putting his business in something that didn't belong to him when it comes to them. See, my thing is, I believe that we should be going against them. We should be calling them out. We should be holding them accountable for what they've done to us and how they projected our communities, how they stole from our people, what they've done to us, right? But I know for a fact, the people in powerful positions that can make a difference, they are afraid. And they're not willing to give up their seat and their riches and the enemy's kingdom. So they say things that sound good. And I know this ain't popular because y'all like, oh man, you just hating on Tyler Perry. No, I'm not. Open your eyes, people. Open your eyes. What kind of power do these black people in positions got to stop W supremacy? Or to make a change within our community? What have they shown in the last 60 years? They don't have it. They'll tell you it sounds good, but they don't have it. We have individual success, but we don't have group success. Because to have group success means that you have to impede on a well-organized machine that's in place making money off of your dysfunction. I'm going to say it again. You will have to impede on a well-organized machine that's making money off of your dysfunction. Because black dysfunction is profitable for everybody. But us, except for a select few amount of black people. The chosen one by the system. So when he says he want to find out, where is it? He ain't going to look for it because he already know where it is. He knows the people that's controlling the purse strings. He already know. He ain't going against them. Because if he do, they're gonna do the same thing to him they did to everybody else that's black in powerful positions. It is what it is, man. Until black people is willing to stand up as a whole, as a group, and say enough is enough, none of this stuff is going to change. You're going to have a Whitney Houston story. You're going to have a Michael Jackson story. You're going to have a Prince story, the Otis Redding story. So many. I can just go on and on and on and on and on and on all the way down the line. It's up to you. It's up to us, man. But, shout out to Tyler Perry for paying for the funeral. But those speeches and all kind of stuff don't move me no more because I know what the truth is. But I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.